Hello everyone, my name is Hitomi and I'm here to talk to you about my final university project, A Childhood Across the Sea. I decided to choose the storytelling brief. We were collaborating with the studio from Netherlands called Studio Airport. I decided to come up with a archive folder which consists about some of the memory that I had living between the borderline of Hong Kong and China. Like giving a feeling when you rediscovering your childhood in a physical form, like opening like a box that concluded all your childhood, like a little trinkets. So I think this is quite a good idea, like seeing it in real life instead of making it digitally. But for this archive folder, I consist a lot of personal archive, like some of like the kids, like my childhood photographs, as well as some homework that I've done in primary school. The reason why I decided to talk about my childhood is because as a final university project, I feel like talking about my childhood is like saying goodbye to my childhood as a university project, and I thought it's quite interesting and it's a nice way to reconnect myself with my childhood self and seeing how far I've become as a university student. In this archive, not only that I designed the front of the stickers, I've completed some stickers and some names that my family called me when I was a kid. In this folder, not only you see a scene that I have designed, I've also completed things like the double-sided postcard, as well as some photography that I've taken when I was like a kid. So to talk about a scene, it's basically split in 4 different sections, and each section will be divided with like unique stories about my childhood, both in Chinese and English. It's about after school, comfort food, family, and just scenery, because these kind of consist a lot in my childhood and that's like one of the things that I remember. Also concluded pictures, like some of the pictures that I've taken at home, as well as some of the illustration that I've done. I've also made these double-sided postcards with some of the writing that my family or me have written when I was a kid. There's also 2 double-sided bookmarks. Coming to UK, I feel this was quite impactful. It's the street sign in Hong Kong, but I decided to bring up about how leaving to UK and growing up like most of my whole childhood in Hong Kong, I thought having a street sign going different direction kind of symbolized of my my path. Also done these posters. Included this small little print of my enrollment during year 2, and I thought it would be quite nice and more personal to bring up that like personal touch in my folder. It's more playing with like experimenting with bold colors as well as like gradient and just blur, because like when you're a kid everything seems so bright and so colorful to you, but at the same time you don't really remember it because it's like long memories like years ago, and I think just playing around with colors really resonate with me. It took me about 2 months to complete, from coming up with ideas to collecting all my personal archive and to printing the media as well as binding the zine. So I actually had a lot of fun making the physical zine, and I think it's really interesting to see my design coming to life. The reason why it's called Childhood Across the Sea is because I was growing up in Hong Kong and just living between the borderline of Hong Kong and China, and I think living in UK for almost 10 years now, Childhood Across the Sea really like resonate with me, giving myself a comfort as a person that came to, like a little kid that came to UK 10 years ago, like homesick feeling and just reconnecting myself with my childhood. And this is my story about the Childhood Across the Sea. Thank you.